Have you ever wondered that you're praying, you're journaling, you're doing all the right things, but your body still feels on edge? You still feel hypervigilant. Your chest is tight. Your breathing is shallow. Your mind won't shut down. You're trying to focus. You feel like you can't focus. What if the issue isn't your faith, your effort, or your discipline, but it's your vagus nerve being stuck in survival? If you're new here, I'm Shanice. I help moms to heal from their past trauma so they can tap into their power, their purpose, and their full potential. And today I'm going to show you how foundational healing of your vagus nerve begin and why your belief is filtering or putting your actions, your habits into a mode that you don't want to be in, and it's keeping your body in overdrive. Your belief is the foundation of how you see things, the way that you respond, the way that you act. I want you to look at your belief as a flower. What am I saying? Your vagus nerve, if you was to go look at your vagus nerve, just go look at a picture. It looks like a sperm, right? But I want you to look at it from a perspective of as well as a garden, a garden within. And in this vagus nerve, it is a belief attached to the other flowers that will bloom outside of your vagus nerve. Now, if you look at this picture of the vagus nerve, on the back of it, or in the front of it, it starts from your cranial all the way down. It controls your breathing, it controls your heart rate, it controls the eyes, it controls all these things, right? But when the vagus nerve have perceived something as somebody yelling at you as danger, it basically what I'm trying to say is your vagus nerve response also perceives safety, not logic. So if you have a belief system connected to yelling is dangerous, your vagus nerve will respond because you have trained it to respond or react that way. So your body learned through trauma, stress, abandonment, fear, instability that the world isn't safe. Like I said, somebody yelling at you, it perceived not to be safe. And it has kept your body in fight, flight, freeze when nothing is really wrong, but somebody is correcting you. That correction, that I'm just using this as an example because I'm gonna give you a list of examples that's connected to your belief system. I have to stay on alert that something bad will happen. This braces your body for impact. I want you to think of it as you being on a roller coaster, right? And you're going down real fast. What you do, the first thing, you brace your body for impact. So if you're walking around and thinking that something bad is going to happen, guess what? Your body is bracing itself and danger is not even there. And every day you wake up and you're bracing yourself, you're sending the alert to your vagus nerve that you are in danger, which is why it's so important for you to dismantle those beliefs. The beliefs that I relax if I lose control. If I relax, I lose control. Rest is unsafe. I am only viable when I'm producing. God is disappointing when I slow down. I got to hurry up and get this done because if I don't hurry up and get this done, it's not going to be able to be done. I got to rush. I got to rush. I got to rush. You're rushing instead of uh, um, you're rushing instead of resting, right? You're doing all these things, and it's connected to a belief system on why you're staying in go mode. These belief systems don't live in your thoughts; they live in your body, right? So, when your vagus nerve is constantly overstimulated because you're bracing your body for impact, or you know what I'm saying, the minute you go rest, you have these nagging thoughts. I'm laying down. If I don't get up and move, if I don't get up and do something, then you know what I'm saying, I'm not worthy. I'm gonna give you an example. I sent this on Facebook and I thought it was powerful, especially if you're someone that had a narcissistic mother or parent, and laying down, they would say to you, "You're lazy. You never do anything." So in your back of your mind, if you go lay down, you're lazy. You're not doing anything. So you find yourself always on go. So then when you find yourself finally resting and you understanding that rest is okay, but you have a belief system. Remember, your vagus nerve is like a garden. It's attached to beliefs and it's going to produce that fruit, right? Which is your actions and your actions and your habits. So when you go lay down, your body is like, girl, we got to get up and go. Why? Because you got a belief system attached to that, which is produces Your vagus nerve being overstimulated, which means anxiety, shallow breathing, heart palpitations, brain fog, digestive issues, fatigue, emotional numbness, overwhelm. This is not a sign of weakness. This is your nervous system. You learn how to survive. God told us that He has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a soundness of mind. Right? That's what God told us. So if that's to be true, and God said that, God said that, let every man be a liar. Every man, even you, right? So if He said, I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a soundness of mind. If God is saying this and He's to be true, right? Then that means that survival was rooted in fear. Fear of not being enough, fear of laying down, fear of resting, fear of not having enough, fear of not being enough. But the good news is restoration is possible. The healing of vagus nerve doesn't start with force and calm. It starts with teaching your body safety. I want you to understand that safety is you have a learned those learned behaviors that you had in survival now needs to be relearned. So I want you to understand your nervous system has a language. Your nervous system is, like I said, it's connected to beliefs, right? You have beliefs that's connected, that's producing these actions. But I want you to understand these beliefs started in your childhood. However, your childhood, if you was suffocated, you was sheltered, fear was always inputting you. If you do this, I'm gonna beat your butt. If you do this, God watching you. They use religion to like weaponize you. Resting, like I said, resting felt lazy. This was all taught in your childhood, and when your body began to slow down, you begin those belief systems become loud to try to reinforce their dominance in your life, and it's up to you to begin to quiet them, right? Now, where your foundation healing begins, not by silencing your symptoms, not by numbing them, not by dissociation, not by pushing them away, but retraining the body to trust safety again, which is rest. Believing in God. Let me give you an example. Let's talk about another belief system. If I don't pray today, God doesn't love me. If I don't read my word today, God doesn't love me. God did not put those religious practices in place to weaponize us. That, oh, I would love you more if you did this. That's to strengthen our spirit, man, and to help us to be sober and alert for the enemy, because he's like a roaring lion, seeing who he can devour. But when you're doing it from a place of performance based, because many of us lived off a performance base, right? Because you live off a performance base, you feel like that if I get up and pray, if I get up and move my body, if I get up and do these things, God will love me even more. God loves you whether you do it or you don't do it. So it's time for you to change your perspective and flow from a different place from your heart. I am not reading my Bible because God loves me. I'm reading my Bible because I want to know God's standard. I want to know who He is. I want to know how to be obedient to Him. I want to read my Bible because I'm being strengthened in my inner man. Okay, so we know through neuroscience that your vagus nerves can be regulated through slow breathing. Be intentional with your breathing. Do you know when trauma come in, your breathing cuts off? Gentle movement, stillness, safety-based awareness, emotional release, grounded prayer and presence. When your vagus nerve shifts out of survival, that's when your digestion going. That's why I said in one of my I think it was vagus nerve 1 or 2, where I talked about PPIs. I said the wrong name, and once again, I am not a physician. I am just a girl that has just been in the presence of God and just been learning about healing. A lot of times when they prescribe you these medicines, right? A lot of us do not need them. The reason why your digestion have slowed down, the reason why you're fatigued all the time, the reason why you have heart palpitations, and the reason why you keep going to the doctor and they're not finding anything is because the things is stored in your vagus nerve. Once you start restoring your vagus nerve and shooting those signals and letting your body know that it is safe to be, safe to rest, safe to be still, your body isn't rebelling against God. It's asking for safety, and you have to create a safe place for clarity and decision making, emotional regulation, calming your heart rate. All these things will begin to happen once you shift out of fearful living. If your body has been stuck in overdrive, then this is my invitation to you to slow down and rebuild from the foundation. Like I said before, slowing down is not going to feel right, but that God is bringing slowing down. Slowing down is an order and restoration, and God is bringing in your body. He's giving you permission to slow down. If this resonated you any type of way, I want you to like this video, subscribe, and I want you to share with somebody else who's tired of living in survival. It's time for you to stop punishing your body by constantly moving. And it's time for you to allow your body to come in alignment with the rhythm of heaven and rest with heaven. And I want you to say these declarations over yourself every single day. I decree and declare that my heart rate beat with the rhythm of heaven. I decree and declare that my nervous system has peace that surpasses all understanding. I decree and declare that my vagus nerve is still and it is signaling safety in my body. I decree and declare that my mind no longer overthinks, but my mind has peace that surpasses all understanding. And I want you to start speaking these things over your life every single day. If this helped you, come back because I'm going to give you tips to deep and depth tips to be able to regulate your nervous system. See you later.